Hey everyone, this is Ulysses and I would like to welcome you to today's video. And this is going to be really interesting because if you're already connected with me on Facebook, you probably would know that I am one of the dinosaur adopter of Facebook, right? Because it wasn't only until starting from mid of last year to now I have some form of presence on Facebook. And anytime before the mid of last year, I have absolutely zero presence on Facebook, nothing at all. So it was only until mid of last year. I was at a seminar in Bangkok, Thailand, and I met a lady. She was 15 years old from Vietnam, and we were talking during the seminar, and we wanted to exchange our contacts during the breaks. So I gave her my personal mobile number so that she can contact me via WhatsApp. When I asked the contact details from her, this is what she told me. She told me that she doesn't have any mobile number readily available. And when I asked her that how does your parents actually contact you, she said that through Messenger. And how do they actually call you? And she said that through Messenger. And how do anyone actually connects with you at all? She said Facebook. And it was only during that time it started to actually ring a bell to me that it is probably time for me to have some form of Facebook presence so that I can get connected with friends from all over the world. So here is the thing about my perspective on Facebook is that I came in onto Facebook, this social media platform, because everybody says that as a business owner, we must go onto different social media platforms to monetize, to reach our audience, so on and so forth. So I was pretty kind of confused with so many different kind of platforms out there, and I was telling myself that let's get onto Facebook and see where it takes me. All right. So I remember when I started out my very first Facebook profile, putting the pictures, putting up the background pictures, and so on and so forth, and starting up my profile. And it was pretty easy. But here is the thing: is that that profile actually stood remains untouched for a couple of months. I have some friends here and there that added me along the way for the past few months, but it didn't really do anything for me because my perspective of Facebook is that I wanted to come on board not only to actually get connected with family, with friends, but also wants to actually to really leverage on the power of this biggest social media platform in the world right now for my business. So over the next like 9 to 10 months or so, I spent a lot of time, literally a lot of time every single day geeking out on Facebook. Well, this is one thing that I realized is that this social media platform that we are talking about is really one big time waster. Right, I'm not sure about you, right, but it is really one big time waster for me because I use a lot of time on it every single day. So here's what I think. If I'm going to be spending so much time on Facebook, I might as well really make use of the different kind of channels on Facebook for monetization to reach a wider audience and to really share the message that I'm so passionate about so that more people can actually gain value and benefit from it. All right. So over the next 9 to 10 months or so to today, I kind of realized that there is a very strategic and very systematic way to approach Facebook, whether you are thinking about it from a connection perspective or whether you are thinking from a business perspective. So here's the things that I got very confused about, and I'm pretty sure that almost every business owners and entrepreneurs I've spoken with over the past 1 year who are on Facebook have this very same confusion where I had 1 year ago. So this is pretty much the screen that you're looking at right now, kind of like a breakdown into the kind of things that if you own a business, this is pretty much a few things that you can actually work on and pay attention to right now. So I want to draw your attention to the kind of various things that's different on Facebook. It may sound the same, it may look the same, it may even feel the same, but they are pretty much very different. All right. The first of all is the Facebook personal profile. Right. The personal profile is actually what is tagged to individuals. Right. That is your personal profile that you put your name up there and that actually represents you as a person, you as a human being. Right. So there is one thing that we want to know is that it is against Facebook policy that if you use a personal profile as a business, right, this is 100% against Facebook's usage policy. All right, so it's going to get you banned. So if you are using like your personal profile and you're using your business name on it, right, don't do that, because Facebook has all right to actually shut you down the very next day. All right, so the next thing that we have is a Facebook page. All right, a page is literally like a business page where it represents your restaurant, your consulting business, your F&B outlet, your retail store. Any form of business can be represented on a Facebook page. All right, so in order to have a Facebook page that represents your business, you got to create that using your personal profile. All right, that's pretty straightforward. And the next one is actually a Facebook groups. All right, so Facebook group is actually very common on Facebook. There is literally like I'm not sure, like hundreds of thousands or probably a million groups on Facebook. All right, I don't have the official statistics, but there is a Facebook group for any interest group, behavior, demographic, region, or whatsoever on Facebook. All right, so in any kind of community, there is at least one Facebook group, all right, on the platform. I'm pretty sure about that. So that is the fundamental difference between a profile, a page, and a group. So what are the kind of things that we as a business owner would like to take note of while using all these three different channels, I would say, right? The first thing that we want to know is that the types of connection, all right? So on your personal profile, all the connection that you have are friends, all right? In the world that we are living in today, I know that we have a lot of virtual friends. All right. So whether you're connected, whether as a friend's friend, or whether you are connected on a friend's level virtually, or whether you are just connected on a friend's level that started out as a business partner or business associate, all right, just know that all connections on your personal profiles are technically friends. All right. So the connection on your Facebook page are all fans, all right, or followers. All right, so there are actually followers on your personal profile. So people who actually do not want to be a friend of yours, but they want to follow the things that you do daily. All right, so you can have followers on a personal profile, but to take note of the difference is that on Facebook page, these are 100% strictly your fans. All right, people who actually follow you to know what your business is actually up to. And the last will actually be the Facebook group, where everyone in a Facebook group are called members. All right, just think about it as like a community where like probably 20 years ago, how do we actually get that congregation? All right, we go to local networking events, we join a local kind of a society or kind of groups that we meet physically. All right, so just imagine that kind of concept that is being brought online. Right, so we actually congregate and we actually come together with similar interests, or similar behavior, or similar demographics on groups level on Facebook. All right, so those are members for groups. So what is the limit that we can have on each of these is that on your personal profile, you have a limit of 5,000 friends, and that's it. All right, as of now, today I'm recording this video. We don't see any time soon that Facebook is going to increase this limit for all of us. So we can have a maximum of 5,000 friends connection on Facebook, right? So on Facebook page, we will have unlimited number of fans, all right? Whether you have 1,000, 5,000, 2 million fans on Facebook, no, there's no limit as of now. And on Facebook group, you can also have unlimited number of members in a group, all right? So the very specific purpose for each of this is that on your personal profile, strictly speaking, well, this is only for personal connection, all right? Fair enough. When we actually can, have some of the little gray areas that covers, a little bit of the business aspects where your business associates, probably most of the time from overseas, it gets connected with you on Facebook. But think about this as a strictly 100% friends level from Facebook's perspective, right? So this is all personal on anything that's being connected on your personal profile. While a Facebook page is concerned, right? This is 100% business. All right. Your friends, your relatives, your family can follow you on your Facebook page. That's for sure. But the very sole purpose of a Facebook page, right, is for business purposes. All right. And we mentioned a little bit about groups earlier on just now. Is 100% for community, for getting the same interests or same behavior or the same demographics coming together on one single group. All right. So here is the next really interesting, but I would say is critical and really important. And this is where most business owners get really confused, where the reach is concerned. All right. So on a personal profile, whenever you post something, all right, whether you post what you had for lunch yesterday, or you post a cat video, or you post something that is of certain value to your business friends, so on and so forth. Whenever you post something, the reach is 100% organic. All right. So here's how Facebook actually determine how wide a post actually gets onto. So every time we post something, all right, there's like 100 variables that the algorithm actually comes into play. So we do not want to hack the algorithm, all right? So we are just talking about very purely from the perspective of a normal post. Let's say you post something on the Facebook today, and Facebook is going to put that post, right, and have a sample size, let's say about 5-10%. I don't know the exact statistics, all right, but we estimate it to be at around like 5, 10, maybe 15% of your total friends, all right? So they are going to put that message onto the news feed of that sample size of your friend's newsfeed, onto your friend's newsfeed. So depending, right, on the kind of reaction from the people who have received it and read it, all right, so if they actually like it, they love that post, they comment on it, there's engagement, Facebook will be thinking that, hey, this post, people are liking it, and it must have been some value, so that people are actually engaging with it. So they will actually spread it out to maybe the next like 5, 10, 15%, all right, and monitor from there, so on and so forth. So here is the thing, here's the biggest myth and the biggest misconception of all of not all, but probably a majority of us, is that we think that everything that we put it on Facebook, it automatically appears onto the newsfeed of all of our friends. Well, this is a myth, and this is not true. Just imagine that if you have 5,000 friends, and each of them just have like one post a day, do you read like 5,000 new posts every single day on your newsfeed? No, that isn't the case, right? So if you think about it, that you are scrolling your newsfeed, you don't really see every of your friends' posts, right? And it's really interesting to know that sometimes you probably will see the very same friends post a few times when you're scrolling the newsfeed, right? And that is because that Facebook will read that you are probably responding to more of a certain friend's post, so they would want to show that particular friend's post, all right, daily more to you, right? Does that make sense? So the reach for personal profile is going to be 100% organic. There is no way that you can actually influence it in a way or another. Well, there's some little small things that you can do, in terms of posting it at certain timing and so on and so forth, but on a very general level, there's nothing much that you can actually do to influence it, all right? It all depends on whether your friends are engaging with it. If the first sample size, they are engaging with it, Facebook will spread it to a little bit more. And if there are more people that's engaging with it, it's going to spread it a little bit more and more and more, all right? That's how it works. So if you put out a post and nobody really engage with it for any reason, all right, Facebook is not going to like share it with more people, all right? So my point of having a post is going to be like, if you think that it's something that's going to be of value to your audience, just post it. And if people loves it and people like it, all right, they will engage with it. All right. I see a lot of people trying to so-called hack the Facebook algorithm by putting certain posts that creates the false sense of engagement, right? By asking a question and trying to get engagement. Well, there's some useful techniques over there, but if we are going to be putting posts on Facebook purely for driving engagement from that perspective, well, my question over here is that whether does it really give the value that you really want to give it to your audience. All right, so that is just something for all of us to think about. Okay, all right. So where Facebook page is concerned, the very same concept works for the organic part. Right. So when we post something, Facebook is going to give a little bit of that sample to a small percentage of your fans. All right, so if they interact and if they engage, then Facebook will actually spread out a little bit more to more and more of your followers and of your fans. All right, so personally, I have seen that the organic reach on a page is dramatically lesser as compared to, like, for example, a personal profile. All right, and this came only about earlier of this year. All right, when Facebook starts to throttle down the Facebook reach. All right, and I think for very obvious reasons, we want to actually, they want us to actually move more onto the paid advertisements part. All right, so it comes to my next point. The only one very significant difference on a Facebook page is that we can have paid advertisement. All right, and you can segmentize by the people who have engaged on your post. You can create all sorts of different kind of audience on Facebook page. All right, so if you are a business owner, this is irregardless of any business that you own. You are missing out a ton of potential revenue if you are not using a Facebook page and you are not running paid ads on it. Well, this is my perspective, and I truly believe that this is so. And if you are any business owner from any industry, Facebook page is going to be one very useful medium for you, right? Because of the paid advertisement, because there's like literally any kind of audience that is on this planet is on Facebook. I would say that. All right, so where Facebook groups is concerned, where members are in a community, in a group, all right, the reach is 100% organic right now as we are recording this video. There are certain trends that may suggest that in the near future or in the future probably that there might be some possibility that Facebook may be opening up paid advertisement to group members. Well, this is just like a question hovering a lot of marketers' mind, but as of now it is 100% organic, but we do see a trend that it might have some possibility that we may have certain channels to actually do paid advertisements to Facebook groups. All right, but just know that as of now it's 100% organic. So if you're going to put something over to the group, a post on the group, likewise, not everybody will receive it. A small sample size will receive it, and there's more engagement in it. There's going to be more people seeing that very particular post. All right, hope that makes sense to you so far. So the really the final few things are really on the statistics. On your personal profile, you are not able to see any statistics. All right, statistics meaning that you're not able to see like how many of your friends have actually seen this post. You are able to see, you know, how many people have commented by manually counting. You're able to see how many people have liked your post, so on and so forth. But in terms of the in-depth statistics, how many people have actually seen it, you know, from which country, so on and so forth, no, we are unable to see it on a personal profile. We are able to see it on a Facebook page. All right, all the statistics and all the insights. We are also able to see it on a group. All right, this is something new. All right, it's called Groups Insight that has been launched by Facebook. I would say about a month ago. That actually Facebook actually launched the Groups Insights for Facebook groups with more than 250 group members. All right, so if you are having a Facebook group with more than 250 group members, yeah, you are able to see some form of insights over there. So the last thing is really on the schedule. All right, this is really one huge inconvenience that I personally face when dealing with posts on my personal profile, because on a personal profile you can't schedule it in advance. All right, you could just got to post it, you know, manually each and every time. All right, for a Facebook page and a Facebook group, yes, you're able to schedule your post in advance. All right, so you can do your post like 3 months in advance. I think for a page, you are able to schedule things like as far as 6 months out in advance. All right, so these are the fundamental differences between, you know, how you're going to be using a personal profile, a personal page, and a Facebook page and a Facebook group. Right, each has its own very specific purposes, and each comes with its own strength and weaknesses and some limitations. All right, myself, I do believe that we have to be on each on every of these channels on Facebook to maximize our reach. The only question that we got to be constantly thinking about is that which of these channels has what kind of purpose, and that will actually lead us to the objective that we want to achieve. All right, so I hope that for the past 18-19 minutes or so, this video has brought a lot of value to you in terms of monetizing and reaching a wider audience on Facebook. And if you're especially a business owner, I hope that this very simple image over here on this video has given you the clarity that you need. All right, once again, my name is Ulysses, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you very soon.